Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Ansu Fati as the exit-linked Barca attacker is intent on staying put at the club, as he said yesterday after the win in the UEFA Nations League. He said, "I want to keep growing there." We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then, secondly, in this episode, talking on this report by Gerard Romero, who claims Barca president Joan Laporta did meet with Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola recently, and they spoke about something interesting. We're also going to be discussing more on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Speaking after Spain's UEFA Nations League triumph on Sunday night, FC Barcelona forward Ansu Fati issued a statement making it clear that he does not wish to leave the club this summer, despite strong exit links. Fati endured a difficult 2022-23 season as most of his minutes came off the bench, with Xavi not trusting him with a starting spot regularly enough. And with Barca needing to make important sales in the summer, they are very much open to offloading Fati with the hope that they receive a good sum of money from his exit. However, the 20-year-old Spanish international is keen on staying put at the club, something that was made clear by his agent George Mendes a week or so ago. Now, Fati has come out and stated that he is not contemplating an exit this summer as he is happy at Barca and wishes to continue growing at the home of the La Liga champions. He said, "I have a contract with Barcelona and my intention is to continue improving and growing here. That is my intention. I have a contract and I'm happy both on my club and with the national team," Fati said as quoted by Mundo Deportivo. While the La Masia graduate remains intent on staying put, reports suggest that he could be open to changing his stance if manager Xavi Hernandez directly told him that he will not have a major role in the season upcoming. There have been links to clubs in the Premier League, but they have gone quiet in recent weeks. So it remains to be seen whether Ansu Fati does end up leaving the La Liga champions or convincing the club to keep hold of him beyond the summer. Of course, Ansu Fati still continues to be linked with an exit, and the club wants to really sell him if a good money comes. We know what Barca are going through financially. The need for money now is really high, and looking at that perspective from the economic point of view, Barca selling Ansu Fati is not the worst of ideas. But when we look at a player who has always shown Barca that he has that talent to succeed Messi, to the extent where the Barca can trust him to the extent of giving him the number 10 jersey, and after that two injury seasons, coming out as a good, like, coming out free from injury, he failed to deliver. I think it is quite of harsh to sell him. You know, I think for me, he should stay rather than if Ferran Torres should be sold, nobody will have a problem in that. But Ansu Fati, if he stays, I don't think many fans will be disappointed. Even though he had a very terrible, poor performance season last time out, I don't think it will continue so for a long time. We saw that towards the end of the La Liga season, we saw Fati scoring 3 goals in the last 2 matches. And I think this guy is a talented player, born talented player. But I don't know, it's about his mental health or whatever is the case. I don't know, because Fati was not playing in his right state of mind, to be honest. He was not in his right state. Because Fati that I know, whenever he's on the pitch, you see a difference. He's very clinical, and that is one thing that many fans like him. He's very, very clinical. And he has been linked with an exit for a long time. Barcelona are actually willing to sell if a good offer comes along. Of course, all because of the financial issues that Barca are going through. And we saw Fati yesterday after the UEFA Nations League win, still confirming the same that he wants to stay at the club, despite the pressures from the media, despite everything. And of course, we heard his father, Boris Fati, the other day saying that his son should leave the club. He has advised his son to leave, that this is killing off his career. If Xavi is not putting him, he should leave. But Fati does not see that the same. He wants to stay. He insists on the fact that he still has a long-term contract with Barcelona, and he really wants to fulfill that contract. So it remains to be seen what happens. Manager Xavi have not spoken again about that, but there were other reports this week claiming that unless Xavi make a statement telling Fati directly that, look, from next season onwards, I don't think I will count on you. That is the only case, or that is the only thing that can make Ansu Fati leave Barcelona. Apart from that, the forward still believe that no matter what, he wants to stay at this club, and he does not see any other club that he really wants to go to. As he sees Barca as his home, he wants to fulfill his contract there. So we know that definitely there should be sales this summer in order to facilitate new players to come in, because if we don't sell players, registration of players will not be possible. And talk less of buying our top priority targets, it wouldn't be possible if players aren't sold. And there are players that have been linked, the likes of Ferran Torres, the likes of Frank Kessié have been linked with an exit, but Barca are yet to make any of them. So far, decisions are still to be made, and who is supposed to go, who is supposed to stay, nothing have been concluded yet. Then on to the final story of discussion. As per a recent report from Gerard Romero, Barcelona president Joan Laporta held a meeting with Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola in Catalonia on Sunday night. The two were understood to have shared a table with family and friends at a restaurant in Barcelona as part of the celebrations of the titles won by their respective clubs in the 2022-23 season. Barca won La Liga title and the Spanish Super Cup this past season, while Manchester City completed the historic treble by lifting the Premier League title, the FA Cup, and the UEFA Champions League. The latter of the first is the first time ever they have won it in their history. Given Pep Guardiola's close ties with Laporta and Barca, it is not surprising to see the two celebrate their mutual success together. However, at the same time, one cannot help but wonder if there were any transfer discussions held between the Manchester City boss and the Barcelona president. It is no secret that the La Liga champions hold a strong interest in Manchester City outcast João Cancelo, and they are pushing for a loan move for the Portuguese. However, the European champions wish to offload him permanently, leading to a standoff. Meanwhile, Bernardo Silva is also a player that is well linked to Barca, although a move for him looks very unlikely at this point due to the finances and also interest from Paris Saint-Germain. Soon to be free agent Ilkay Gundogan, the captain of Man City, is a top target for Barca this summer despite the citizens' efforts to renew his contract. The Catalan heavyweights are confident of his signing, having tabled a 3-year contract offer. So it remains to be seen if Barca are successful in signing any of the three players, and whether Laporta did try and speak to Pep Guardiola about the transfer during their meeting in Catalonia yesterday. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.